Your thoughts are racing. You could be missing out on a massive opportunity here, but you decide that whatever is running around these hallways will still be there later, or at least not vanish into thin air. Which is a funny thought, because earlier, someone did exactly that in front of your eyes. You realize how much this experience has messed with your head already, and you concentrate on what you want to do here, which is getting to this girl, and ideally, getting to talk to her. As you approach the door, you hear a click. Did that door just lock? You look around to see if someone is watching you. Then, you move to the door handle and try pushing it down. To your surprise, the door opens. Her eyes dart over to you. You don't completely open the door and wait a few seconds, just in case. The girl is staring at you in a skeptical way. You wanted to leave the door open, but it falls into the lock on its own. You try to think of what you could say to her, especially since she hasn't talked either. You aren't sure why she hasn't said anything to you. Hey? Could you, by any chance, tell me what is going on here? I just woke up in a tiny room and walked through a storage hall, had some weird encounter, and now I'm here and I'm really confused, you ask, only to be hit with another wave of silence. Not a lot of time has passed since you entered the room, when suddenly there's a click and the door opens behind you. The girl's eyes move behind you, your head snaps around. A figure is standing in the doorway, a woman wearing a white suit, just like this girl Allison had been wearing. Unlike Allison's, hers isn't covering her face though. It's cold, without any expression. You study her a few more seconds, waiting. You realize how you're standing in between two almost motionless people. The woman you're looking at starts talking to you.
She cannot speak to you. She is not allowed to speak to you. You see, she's not just sitting in a chair. Her chair is wired to a control panel in the back of the room, in which another experiment resides. Whenever she speaks, moves, or tries to get up, she will be punished. Which is, in a way, bad for her because it's painful, but also it's her only chance to get out of this predicament. You must understand, I firmly believe that the pain she's going through will trigger something in her brain that will make her even stronger and finally able to break out of the chair. It will be fascinating to witness, which is why I would like to ask you to step outside the room and not interfere with what is happening.
Are you crazy? There's no way you could have stopped yourself from saying that. Luckily, she doesn't seem to take it personally or seriously, since she doesn't react. You don't know what you're supposed to do now. A crazy lady just appears in front of you and tells you about a torture experiment. You're even more confused and scared than before, and you don't want to be here. You finally turn around to face the girl behind you. She seems terrified now and about to cry, entirely different to her expression when you went into the room, which, to you, is more than understandable. You want to help her, so you take a step towards the chair she's sitting in, although you stop moving as you hear the voice behind you speaking up again.
Don't interfere with what is happening or you'll regret that decision, and she will pay as well.
You can't just torture someone just for your enjoyment, you freak! You speak in her direction again. You are a little intimidated by her, but not enough to hold yourself back. She still doesn't move and stares at you. Expression blank.
This is not only for my enjoyment. I am Tessa, and I am going to make better humans. I will give you all the answers you are seeking, and more. Do you wonder about your family and friends? The person you met outside? Flashbacks you might have experienced? Our, and especially your cause here? There are answers to all these questions, and you'll get all of them if you step out of this room and don't interfere with this experiment. Come with me, willingly stay here, and devote your life to this cause. You'll be an experiment, and you'll experiment on others without question. If you fight, like her, I will find a way to also make you suffer and regret breaking your promise to me. Do you understand these conditions?
You can't just expect me to go with you and leave her here to suffer. She will die. You now are unsure about what you should do. You can't just do nothing, but you also don't want to risk her being killed right there and then just because of a savior complex. You look at the girl and back at the woman in the doorway. Do you decide to ignore her threats and try to save the girl? Or do you decide to agree to what she said and go with her?